without further ado, the segment begins right now with 3-1 blitz on the agenda.
And it's been a tale of runs thus far. Wesley So jumped out to a 3-1 lead in the 5-minute. Then Hikaru strung together a few wins in a row to take the lead right back. And I've been very impressed by Hikaru in some of these situations where I personally felt like he was going to get in some time trouble. Then he says, no, not so fast. That last game being one of those cases where his position looked bad, his clock didn't look great, and yet he ended up with half a point in the game. And Danny, here we have this very topical line that these top GMs seem to play over and over. I remember a Caruana-Karyakin game. Hikaru has played this against Levon Aronian, and all this is been played out before. It is theoretical. And wait, A5?
Wait. In this particular line, the black misstep, isn't B5 coming?
Wait, isn't A5 just trapping the bishop?
Oh, wait, A5 is trapping the bishop. Hikaru just looked to the side. He forgot the line. Oh man, he looks down like, oh, what just happened? Okay, let's go to the analysis board. Robert, where did the theory go wrong here?
You don't take on D1. No, this is all fine. After knight E4, knight E4, you do not take on D1.
You have to take first.
Yes.
And the major difference is that if A5 is played, you've got all the craziness that could ensue on F2. Is this the idea?
Yeah, there's a ton of tactics here. When the E file, the F2 square, it's preparation based. But if white takes on D6 instead of queen takes D1, when you take with a C pawn, your bishop has space to retreat to. So that's a really important distinction in this position.
So Hikaru grabbed himself a snack, but maybe lost his focus there, just forgot the line and took on D1. And now there's A5, and white is in great shape. If So even just castles, that bishop is going nowhere. So we talked about how dangerous Wesley is in the 3-1 portion. He doesn't need to be given points, right? But this is one that Hikaru might desperately wish he could have back because, again, everyone, this is all theory, but you can't take here. You have to let white have the opportunity to take and give black the retreating square of the bishop. Hikaru forgets that line. We saw him kind of shaking his head there, and he's going to be fighting for a draw, losing a whole piece.
Yeah, he was a danger to himself in this game. The bishop is trapped. As long as white just keeps everything protected, rook F to E1, I think the bishop just cannot move. The pawns do all the work here for white. Every single pawn in a dark square ensures the bishop is trapped, so your pieces can go wherever they must in order to make sure that they're defended. And, well, Hikaru trying his best, knight H4, at least give me another pawn for my troubles. And, well, Wesley can play bishop E4 here, for example. He can keep that pawn on F3 guarded, and he does so. Very precise.
And the issue is that F5 didn't work, everyone, because bishop D5 would be check, gaining a tempo and still defending F3. So Hikaru finally has to concede and just give back the piece. Now, I guess to Hikaru's credit, I mean, this bishop has been trapped since what? Move 15. But he created one tempo after another with the knight and the rook. But ultimately, he has lost the piece, and we'll see if he has any other tricks in store. F5 makes the bishop move so that you can win a pawn with check. You'll probably take here first with tempo, and then take here, if I had to guess. Indeed, Hikaru does.
Unfortunately, 2 pawns are not going to be enough to offset the strong bishop pair in an open board.
Yeah.
It's 2 bishops against a knight. The king on G8 could be caught in the crossfire. The D file is white's for the taking. It feels, from a super GM point of view, like Wesley So will have an easy go of this one.
Yeah. And again, we saw it earlier. Hikaru shaking his head again like, this would be one you wish you could have back. So out of the gates, as we said, the 3-1 segment has to be an area where So is going to make his move, just given what we know about Nakamura's legendary bullet prowess. But this is not the way Hikaru wished to start this segment. I think Wesley's going to get the dub, tie the match with almost a full hour left on the 3-minute clock because of how bad this one was.
And well, look what Hikaru's doing. He's playing on not because he thinks he has any chance, but because he wants to burn as much clock as possible.
Yep.
So he gets closer to the bullet. If this were a classical game, he would have resigned as soon as it happened. He would have blundered in the first place, but he, would have resigned immediately. He is very smartly playing on here so that he can have fewer games in this time control.
Yep. Well, and a lot of people were very smart to tune in. 28,000 on Twitch, 12,000 Plus on YouTube. Hit those subscribe and follow buttons if you happen to be tuning in to the official chess channel on Twitch and YouTube for the first time. And biggest events happen right here. Give us your follow, give us your sub. All right, I think Hikaru, as you said, is right now kind of just recognizing the practical mistake he made, but he knows this is a long match. It's a marathon. Let's get a lot of time off that clock. 54 minutes still remaining here in the 3-minute portion.
And I'm mainly curious what he's eating because...
Yeah, right now I'm more curious. What it wasn't a salad. It didn't seem like a salad. Hikaru goes big with the salad often. But it looked like, I'm going to guess it was pasta.
It's his birthday. Treat that man.
You can eat whatever you want. It's your birthday, Hikaru.
Exactly.
Right? Hit those calories hard. Right? My birthday's my cheat day. You know? You got to cheat on your birthday. Get a little extra cake.
Is that why you say that every day is your birthday?
That's every day is my birthday. Let's be honest. I have about as much self-discipline as a 2-year-old on Halloween, okay? I eat a lot. Okay, what are we talking about? There we go. Hikaru laughing now. Not his best game, but the time is ticking away. Hikaru likes pasta. For those who don't know Hikaru well, usually when I let him choose where we're going to eat, back when over the board chess was a thing and we would see each other at tournaments, he often chose Italian. He's a big pasta guy. Whoa. What's going on here? So's almost blundering some sort of crazy mate over here on the H file.
They have knight f3, rook takes h2, mate.
Oh my god, if knight f3 happens, rook takes h2 is mate, everybody. But knight f3 can be met by king g2. So Hikaru kind of running out of tricks as we speak, but So getting under a lot of time pressure in the process.
If Hikaru does not lose this game, that would be the most ridiculous thing I've seen.
That would be shocking. Not as shocking as some things we saw in the Fedosseev match. Hikaru, maybe the best right there with Magnus when you think of guys that win games they're not supposed to, save games they shouldn't, but I don't think against Wesley So that will be the case. I think this is just purely, as you said, Robert, getting as much time off the clock, making So earn the victory.
Yeah, this is pretty straightforward for Wesley.
And that'll do it. Hikaru's going to finish off what I believe is homemade mac and cheese. So we got 2 questions for Hikaru. Was he holding it at the end of the 5-1, meaning did he have to use the restroom? And 2, what was he eating at the start of the 3-1 minute game? These are things we're going to find out at the break. So don't go.
Professional, keyword in the sense, commentator. So you do have to ask
the professional commentators we are. We will not miss the hard-hitting questions.